My mom always used to say, a shaved head is the best hairstyle for a girl. Clean, simple, easy to manage. And it keeps you from, attracting the wrong kind of attention from boys. Growing up, I always sported a bald head. Yeah, I was used to the stares. The summer after high school graduation, I threw a major fit. I only just barely managed to convince her to let me grow my hair out. Then, the night before I left for college, she snuck in while I was asleep and shaved my head again. A blood-curdling scream echoed from the bathroom that morning. I stood there, clutching my newly shaved scalp, feeling like I was gonna explode. My mom, brandishing a spatula, stormed in from the kitchen. What in the Sam Hill are you yelling about? Do you want to wake up the whole neighborhood? She shoved me hard. I stumbled forward, catching my stomach on the edge of the sink. I didn't even feel the pain. I spun around, screaming at her, why can't I have hair? Is it a crime to want hair? Do I have to die for you to be happy? She just snorted. Go ahead and die, drama queen. I've never seen a kid threaten her mom with suicide so much. Her tone was so casual. It felt like hitting a brick wall. I remembered the last time I tried this. I had a razor blade to my wrist. I was close to hitting an artery. That's when she finally caved, promising to leave my hair alone. I thought I'd finally won. All summer, I watched the stubble grow, fighting the itchiness. I was excited about college. I thought my parents loved me. Maybe they just didn't realize how much this mattered to me. I thought that maybe they would compromise, but she didn't care if I lived or died. She just wanted to give me hope, then crush it. Just to remind me that she was in control. All the yelling woke up my dad. He took one look at my head and frowned at Mom. Didn't we say she could grow it out? What happened? So what if I shaved it? It's for her own good. Mom shot back. She's gonna be in ROTC. All that hair would be hot and sweaty. And she's never been the cleanest. It'll get gross. Dad rubbed sleep out of his eyes, and as usual, tried to smooth things over. Okay, settle down. Your mom's just looking out for you. Get ready to go, the flight leaves soon, you don't want to miss it. Looking out for me? What do you call this? Dad's wishy-washy attitude hit me like a bucket of ice water. I pointed at Mom's carefully styled hair. I'm 18 years old. Can't I even decide what to do with my own hair? If bald is so great, why doesn't she shave hers? Smack, Mom slapped me hard across the face. Chelsea, you're pushing it. I've worked my butt off for you, putting a roof over your head, feeding you, and you're gonna talk to me like that? I've always told you, successful women make it on their skills, not their hair. It's not a beauty contest. Now you're suddenly obsessed with your hair? You just want to go off and find a boyfriend. Land a rich husband, that's what you want. Mom got even more worked up, grabbing my acceptance letter and threatening to rip it. Maybe you shouldn't go to college at all. Stay home and stop thinking of ways to attract boys. See, Mom had stolen my dad from her best friend back in the day. Mom was fixated on money. So, in her mind, all women were scheming. Even her own daughter. She always did this. Whenever I stepped out of line, she'd zero in on what I cared about most and use it against me. When I was 6, I didn't want scrambled eggs because it made me hard to breath. She tore up the math homework I'd spent all night on. She even called my teacher and lied. For 6 years, I stood beside the teacher's desk, head shaved. In 8th grade, I refused to let her shave my head. She cut up all the sanitary pads in the house. I cried and begged, but she forced me to wear bloody pants to school. Senior year, I refused to use the used textbooks she bought. She cut off my allowance. If it wasn't for the free soup at school and handouts from teachers, I would have starved. And now this. She knew how much college meant to me. The day I got my acceptance letter, I didn't sleep a wink. To go to college, I had to beg for forgiveness. Mom, I'm sorry. It was a mistake. I was just being stupid. Please, don't rip up the letter. I won't talk back. I get it. I don't know how many times I hit my head on the floor. Finally, she tossed the letter at me. Fine, go pack. Still shaking, I tried to stand, needing someone to help me. Dad was at the table eating breakfast. To punish me, Mom took all the money I'd earned from tutoring. She cut my allowance to almost nothing. And she took all my hats and scarves. She wanted me to start college with a bald head. She wanted me to be a joke. The registration area was a madhouse. Everyone stared at my head. They said I was sick. They said I had lice, maybe contagious. They said I was trying to be different. They all avoided me. I never got used to it. I kept my head down as Mom dragged me through the crowd. She filled out forms, got my bedding. She even loaded my meal card, taking care of everything. Dad silently dragged my heavy bags behind us. I walked through the campus bald and empty-handed. To others, I was their spoiled child. They were always like that. They made it look like they had sacrificed everything. In case we ever argued. So everyone would side with them. We got to the dorm with a group of upperclassmen. Some of my roommates were already there. Mom said the first thing that came to mind. "Hi, everyone, this is my daughter, Chelsea. I hope you all can look after her, because she is a bit special needs." The roommates looked at each other. They looked at my head, then at Mom. They just nodded awkwardly. Mom smiled, happy to get a response. While putting the sheets on the bed, she blabbered on about my childhood embarrassments. I bit my lip, unsure of what to say. She'd be gone soon. If I worked hard, I wouldn't have to go home. I'd be free. But when all my roommates went to dinner, it was still me and Mom. So I finally asked, "What time is your flight? Is Dad waiting at the airport?" "Flight? I'm not going anywhere today." She sounded proud. "Didn't you know? I got approved for a promotion. If I pass the company interview, and your school is close to the location, so I'll be here for a while. I'll see how you are settling in." My heart sank. "Mom, the school doesn't allow parents in the dorms. Can I book you a hotel?" I kept my voice down. She could go crazy and cut me off. "A hotel? You want to waste money? You can stay in your dorm. Don't worry, I'll talk to the school." I don't know what she told them. I just know she stayed. And after that, the coordinator always looked at me with disdain. The next day, we had to start ROTC. At 4 in the morning, Mom forced me into a uniform and dragged me to the field. She wanted to impress the teachers. I was exhausted, and the sun was blinding. I almost fell. Suddenly, ice water poured over me. Mom stood there with an umbrella, smiling. "Don't be lazy. Everyone else is trying, what makes you special?" I was embarrassed and annoyed. The water, sweat, and tears blurred my vision. Everyone sneered at me. No one cared that I'd been standing here for 4 hours. During a break, the instructor told us to do something interesting to break the ice. Mom sat with us, poking me. I'd always been embarrassed about my hair. I kept my head down. She grew impatient. After a good dance performance from a classmate, she pushed me into the crowd. I clutched my uniform. The vibe died down. Mom rolled her eyes, walking over to me. "What a waste. You can't even do this? You'll never succeed. So embarrassing." Mom's terrible singing attracted everyone's attention. They laughed. They pointed. They looked disgusted. I wanted to escape. But I couldn't move. I squatted on the ground, crying. After that, everyone knew me. The ROTC student, Chelsea, who was a spoiled brat. The school forum was flooded with memes about me crying. Mom collected all of them. She sent them to the family group chat, her friend groups, and even the community group chat. She even did a raffle on her social media. She wouldn't stop until the whole world saw my shame. I begged her to stop posting the photos. Mom shrugged. "You think you can threaten me? If you die, I'll stop." "Are you really gonna die?" "If you jump off a building, I'll stop." "Will you jump?" I was speechless. This wasn't over. For the next few days, Mom did everything she could. During ROTC, when the instructor corrected my posture, she ran up and pushed me away, and told the instructor that I was trying to seduce him. When I sweated on the field, she washed all my underwear. She forced me to train in the field without any underwear. I was so uncomfortable. I hunched over when I ran. The instructor made me run laps for 1,000 meters. After that, there were even more memes about me. 1 week later, the night before Mom's interview, she bought my roommates presents. On the surface it looked nice. "Actually, you guys be careful of her, never use the same washing machine as her, because she's so dirty. I don't know how she's so dirty. She used to pee in her bed, and every time I washed her underwear, it was full of poop and pee. She never washes her hair, and she's so gross that she prefers to be bald instead of washing her hair. Be careful, she steals things, and you're gonna have to watch your boyfriends because she'll steal them." I curled up in my narrow bed. The early autumn felt like the coldest winter. I asked myself why I even bothered going to high school. I stole from no one. She wanted to prove how great she was by making me look bad. I gave up on motherhood. The things that used to hurt didn't faze me. Late at night, Mom was asleep on the full bed. I grabbed the scissors from my luggage and cut off her hair.